Bring the meeting to order. First order of business, pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. I guess the first order of business, choose a chair. Yes, we can deviate from the agenda. Printed agenda. I'd like to make a motion. I be appointed as chairman. I'll make a motion. I'd be appointed as chairman. I can say why I made the motion. All right, go ahead. I got 8 years previous as a selectman. Held the role. You've been there, so 8 years experience. So pretty doing things. I've got 2 years experience in third line, so it's my last year. So that was why I moved. No, I don't have 10 years experience. I don't have experience as chair. But I'll give it a shot. I wasn't chair out of the 8 years. We've done Bill Flynn and okay, wait one second.
Well, I've been here 1 year and I don't want to be chair.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's, you're leaving this up to me. I gotta, could be a tiebreaker or whatever you call it.
Well, it's gonna be a 2-1 vote. I've never, I honestly, I've never experienced it. It's not been, you know what I mean? So I don't know what the protocol is.
All right.
I just understood protocols like the third year, the chair. Well, Vic was second year. He was and that's the year you came on, and he was chair for 2 years. So he hadn't done his last year. You know, it wasn't that decision was made after me, but it was.
Well, I think in light of all that's going on, I'm gonna second Joel's
Was what?
second his motion or whatever you call it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that very much. All in favor? Gentlemen? Next is Selectmen's pay. I don't know what the page said.
Lynn might be able to tell you better than I can.
I think it's the budget committee said it, didn't they?
Yeah, but I'm
how
the
it's
chair usually
Oh,
more.
right.
I don't know how much.
I didn't know historically the chair got more, but it's.
You guys did want to split it 3 ways, or the chair gets additional money, is that correct? It's something you guys.
What we do last year? I can't remember. I don't remember voting on it, to be honest.
I believe that Dick got $500 more, I think it was.
That's when Dick, when you came on, the chairman, we agreed, voted, the chairman got $500 more. I don't know what you guys did last year, but the year that I was on with Dick and John, it was 500. And it was different previously. So it's we keep it the same.
I recommend $500 for the chair.
So is that your motion?
I'll make the motion.
And I'll second that. We get the rest. We would be there. I can eat. The article for
the 30,000 capital improvement accounts. I didn't notice that it was written to be divided evenly. So if it wasn't written that,
It was not.
then we need to decide and vote on that. We can disperse that so the treasurer can move the monies appropriate.
I remember there was some discussion in the budget committee on that. Should be.
See, I was worded in the.
I think the question was, is one of the third parties didn't feel qualified as much as the other two. I think something's.
Well, we had
Yeah. He's talking about the capital improvement. account,
30,000 raised.
The 30,000 that was
Right.
set aside.
Yeah, we raise and appropriate. It's been, as long as I've been here, standard 30,000 capital improvement. And sometimes people would amend to say evenly, because it's, the buildings, fire and public works capital improvement accounts. Right, but we disperse that. If it isn't stated evenly, 10, 10, 10, then we decide and vote how it is.
In the article, it was not, and I do not remember an amendment to the article saying
Could
such.
you read the article, please?
The Article 7 says, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate up to $30,000 to be divided into the three
Okay.
equal.
So we're good. We don't need to do that.
So equal
So
is
it's in per
there.
account. As long as that's in there, because we've had to do it in the past.
Equal.
Right.
Did they pass it?
Yes.
It did.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So we'll now continue with the printed agenda. It's a motion on the minutes of June 25th. That's on, gentlemen.
Seconded.
Payroll and AP warrants. Yes. They have. Land, all of this is all fiscal year 25 stuff, or end of 24.
The AP, there was one that was the end of 24, and then there's a second one for all of the in-town and out-town checks to be issued, and that would be for 25.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause we got Chappelle tractor, mileage, age true value. It's all June.
Yeah, that was the one,
Okay.
all June, just finishing up.
Yeah, okay.
Can I sign that, Rick?
I have not. You did sign the minutes. It's just the two pieces. The payroll and maybe. Should two of them, but maybe. That was the last year's site. Yeah. So these are completely done. So. and
Thank you.
This is the top one is the, this.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Vincent Landenberg. Right here. Media, website, rec, Facebook, Brownfield newsletter.
All right, well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to give an opinion. Anyway, I just want to give some opinions, suggestions, make a request, Board of Selectmen. It's not to offend any individual or group, people or anything, it's just suggestions and some observations. Purpose of the board is to ensure the town and the residents from any possible harms from litigation, harmful discourse, any situation where the town may be misrepresented. One of the responsibility, I would think, of administration of the town. So on the website should only be used to facilitate information of the past, present, future happenings on the town, including the schedules of all committees and events. It is not a medium to promote commercial enterprises or social media with controversial opinions. Now, if you go on the recreational, if you go on committees, if you go on the website, and then you go on committees, and you go on the recreational department, the first thing that pops up is they defer you to the Facebook website. Okay, and then they ask you to log in and connect with friends, family, and people. Well, that's sort of a promotion of a commercial interest by doing that and asking people to get access through logging in on Facebook. So my opinion is the Facebook account should be removed from the website. Okay, any deference to the Facebook account. The recreational department, Willie, is always available. He's either at the rec center or he's, at an event at the rec center. He has a phone, so if people want to contact him about anything at the rec center, they can do that through those terms, not for commercial media. Now, it's a place where it sells social mayhem sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And if Willie or anybody wants to decide to use their personal Facebook account to discuss information, then they can do that individually, but it shouldn't be on the town website. The other thing is, deal with this, so anyway, I'm recommending that be removed. The other thing is the newsletter. It's just an opinion. It's not a slap to anybody. So again, an opinion, suggestion, and not meant to offend any individual. The newsletter is a private, as it should be, and not a public sponsored publication. Okay, it's not a town publication, as it shouldn't be. By using taxpayer funded facilities and materials, it puts the town in an area of abetting and complicity. Abetting meaning encouraging, complicity meaning taking partnership in whatever gets published in the newspaper, because we're providing access and materials. So this places the town in a dangerous litigation and should cease. There are many applications in the area, publications in the area, Dragonfly, Freiburg Town Matters, and the Brownfield Historical Society and the Museum Letter that support their independency through donations and ads. Hopefully, the Brownfield newsletter will continue and in this manner by soliciting other independent Brownfield groups, the library, or the Historical Society for the use of their facilities and materials. So I'm submitting a request as a resident and a taxpayer that the Facebook reference be removed from the website and any commercial encouragement be removed from the website if there is any or in the future. I also request that the town facilities and materials not be made available to Brownfield newsletter or any individual or group not conducting official town business or functions. Respectfully, just so it's basically, I'm concerned about town litigation. There seems to be a lot of it going on. And the best thing we can do is limit our exposure to it as a town. And I feel that, commercialization on the website, especially Facebook, is not the way to go. We don't put TikTok or anybody else on the website. The newsletter, I think it's a good newsletter, but it shouldn't be using town facilities and we shouldn't be abetting it. They can, as the other ones, they can get individual ads and other things. So I would like the selectmen to take this into consideration. When they give me an opinion, make it available to other people to know that what the opinion is going to be made at a selectmen's meeting, so that further discussion by everybody can be made on it. So, because right now you're receiving it and people want to look it over and get some consultation. So anyway, I don't know if you want a copy of.
Yeah, please.
Jack.
But again, thanks for.
On the Facebook, I think it was 5-6 years ago, they tried to take the Facebook page down, but they can't take it down because they don't know who created it. Facebook was contacted unless the original contact person who created Facebook gives the authorization, it cannot be shut down. Now, if I remember that, right, that was back when you, Bill, and Eric were in place.
Yeah, and the town's attorney got involved and also spoke to who the director, Tara Warren. She couldn't remember the login or password.
Right.
That I believe Bill even had a discussion with her. They won't do anything
Right.
with it without that initial person. So, as far as the Facebook, the rec is concerned, Facebook reaches a majority of people. It really does. Now, I don't agree, I don't post anything on Facebook. Mostly what I do is get on and look at marketplace for good deals, but, I don't do anything with Facebook. But it is a very good resource for a lot of people in the town. Parents, I mean, nowadays, Facebook is the call. If they don't find it on Facebook, it's Google. So I don't think that we should remove the rec postings from Facebook. Yes, ma'am.
Is there a way, maybe it would be more appropriate to, make the Facebook so you can't, and I don't know how to do this, but I know it can happen. To make it so other people can't comment. So you can provide the information out, but not allow comments.
Well, the problem we have is we can't gain access into that. Because we don't know what the login and password is to
Is there a way
change,
to,
or we literally contacted Facebook and they were like, sorry, we can't help you.
and we don't have IT people that can make the link and like not work or something?
Don't know. I'm not an IT guy,
Do we have
but we
IT?
can, yeah, we do.
No,
Yeah, this is all the same people. Yeah, North Ledge. We could possibly change it. The only problem that I could foresee with that is gonna be changing the Facebook page itself,
Mhm.
because people go there. Get the word out, make some sort of change, even if it's, it's created as Brownfield, rec, whatever, and just change something in it.
Yeah,
It's not the same to create something new. We could look into that. I would
yeah, I would think.
do that. Because the administrator stuff is the biggest thing. But the same just happens to be somebody who's really, really, really not good in the building.
I think that Vinny was saying though, wasn't that we shouldn't have a Facebook page? That we shouldn't have a link on the website
right.
directing people to the Facebook
Right.
page. Is that correct, Vinny? Is that what you?
Yeah, I mean, the town owns the website. So the town doesn't have to go to Facebook to put whatever they want on our website or remove whatever we want on that website. The town puts on the website what it wants because it owns it. Now, as far as, there's no way to get off Facebook, which is audacious. I mean, what if the people who got us on Facebook die? So there's no way to get off Facebook ever? We're completely indebted to Facebook? But the thing is, yeah, you're right. My opinion is we should get the Facebook page off the website. We own the website, it's the town's website, and we have complete authority over it.
Could be liability issues, I think. I think that's a concern of a lot of towns when they have comments on there.
And one more
But you don't have to
comment.
answer that now, I'm just,
No, I would say we reach out to town attorney to see what liability is. Because a lot of town sites have links to their, a Facebook page to a bunch of different businesses.
Nonprofits.
Right, so, I mean, it's really a good thing to have, especially somebody new moves into town. And they go to the town website, boom, oh, hey, they got wrecked, cool, boom. And then they see all the pictures, all the videos, all the happenings. I think it's a good thing, but I would think to reach out to the town attorney just to make sure what the liability would be. Having that link attached to the,
I asked, you
place.
might wanna ask the IT people before it's our it's more money.
Well, we pay X amount of dollars,
Oh, it doesn't make it better.
yeah, as a block.
Sounds good.
Is that still 20,000? Of course, is that still 12,000?
Yeah. And Lynn had something else.
Yep.
Oh, I was just gonna say that, there's no reason why we can't put announcements on the website, saying just for a calendar for the rec department, saying, you know, paint nights this night, you know, it doesn't have to be an ad, it can be just like the date and the paint night, or, you know, softball games or whatever. He's putting on Facebook and also go on the website.
Are you the one doing the website?
No, me.
She's slacking. Go ahead.
So you can clarify with Willie, I believe there are two rec Facebook pages.
Yeah,
The first one that we've been talking about that we can't seem to access, which I would implore the board to continue to try to shut down. My understanding is Willie has started a new one when he became director shortly thereafter. That I think is rec Brownfield,
yeah.
Yes,
and he's been using that, he's the administrator for that.
He
He has
is,
access to control that, so if the board
he is the
tries to
administrator.
go with the no comments thing.
Yep.
That can be discussed, so at the moment, I believe there's
I agree.
two Facebook pages associated with Brownfield Rec. One of them we can't access, one of them Will is the administrator for. But you can double check with Billy on that.
Good. Yeah, problem is, you go on the website, you go to more, you get down to committees and departments, you hit rec department, and you immediately get deferred to Facebook. There's no other option, you immediately get deferred to Facebook. So my feeling is, if you want to make a reference to Facebook, it shouldn't come up automatically to begin with. And you can make a reference to Facebook that Whit's talking about, that Willie has now, but Facebook in commercialization and promotion of them shouldn't be on the website. If it's a non-profit organization, there might be something else to consider, but you know, it's one thing, you don't want paid ads and everything, it's not NASCAR, you know, we don't want all kinds of advertising all over the website. And no offense if it's NASCAR or anybody who likes NASCAR. So they should have that to it.
Rick, I have a request here.
Yep.
Cindy Walker is requesting to record this meeting locally. I assume she wants to record this meeting, which
Let's, aren't we on Zoom?
we are on Zoom and it is being recorded, and I do upload it to the town's YouTube page.
So what, I don't understand the question here.
That's what it says. She is requesting to record this meeting locally.
And then maybe like Freiburg Channel 3 on public broadcasting.
or she might be locally meeting on her device.
The question is allow recording or deny?
Oh,
That's it.
yeah,
There's
so
no,
what that means is that would be her recording on her device.
She can record it on her.
Yeah.
okay,
You, yeah,
wow.
you know,
The same thing's being uploaded.
right,
via
it's the
Zoom,
same exact
so
thing, yeah.
It should be readily accessible.
Okay, I just did it. Would you pass it?
I do have a question in regards to. Do we pay for the newsletter?
The newsletter?
Yeah.
We pay for the printing and the paper. And the toner.
I remember when we started that. Yeah, think now, that was a while back. Because we're not utilizing Brownfield town letterhead, correct?
No,
So, when we started, it was called the Town of Brownfield Newsletter. So we were asked to take that off and just make it the Brownfield Newsletter, so the town would be responsible. And to also put a disclaimer saying the town isn't responsible for anything printed in the newspaper.
Yeah, they came from the attorney.
Yeah, so I mean, if it's a problem printing it here, developing it here, we can solicit advertising. That's, we can go that route. I believe, Vinnie, you were volunteering to, get advertisers to,
I didn't volunteer, but, I went, but if I have volunteer to do that, I have free reign to determine who should advertise.
never mind. We'll get advertising.
The question I have is, we're paying for the printing, correct?
Yeah, it's basically
And that was raised and appropriated in
not for the newsletter.
it should have been accounted for under the admin.
No, not for the newsletter. What we raised for supplies, we raised for the needs of the town department.
Right, understood, but you have the warrant from last year, correct?
No,
Well, in the front of the book.
Mhm.
The admin, the newsletter's been printed.
Yeah.
So that would have come out of the admin budget that was in last year's, correct? I would think that's the budgetary, constraint that we had to work with.
It came out of
So-
something.
Why are we paying for an entity to print their private stuff?
It's,
Why are we doing that? It's not a town of Brownfield newsletter. Why are we paying for that?
We should.
Susan,
Okay. In the newsletter is everything exciting happening in Brownfield. There's the kids recreation, there's the garbage pickup. There is nothing other than what's not happening in Brownfield. Okay. Now, I don't know what Jimmy problem is because he, right from the start, he made us change the name of it. Okay, fine, we can do that. But everything in that newsletter is happening in Brownfield. And we have had nothing but positive remarks about the newsletter. So if you want to discontinue it, there's like 2 or 3 people only working on this. It's not an easy job.
I just don't think the town should be paying for a newsletter that isn't a town newsletter.
It is.
If we're
It
paying.
is. It is. The only
It's
reason
not
we
coming
changed.
from
It's about.
hey, little order, please. Some order, please.
Yeah,
If you're involved in Brownfield
the
activity.
first newsletter, okay, had the town seal on it. And it said, Town of Brownfield, Maine newsletter, okay? I came to a selectmen's meeting and mentioned that really puts us town in liability. And they should change the title of the newsletter. And they did, and that was reasonable. I mean, now it's called the Brownfield newsletter, okay? Brownfield newsletter, the last one had the 3 candidates for selectmen in the newsletter. Now, they also, somebody posted the excerpts from that on the post office bulletin board, okay? Now, I took it down, not because I had anything against it, but it puts, if this was printed in the town, or copies from the town materials, puts the town in sort of a liability, and political information should not be put on public resources, especially federal bulletin boards. Now, if someone complained about this and brought it to the postmaster, they might just say, we're gonna take down the bulletin board because we can't discriminate. And the bulletin board at the post office offers a place for the newsletter to be on, which is good. And it offers other bulletins and information on there. So sometimes things get a little reckless, like this was, and they end up where they shouldn't be. And it puts the town in some sort of jeopardy. And all I'm talking about is, I'm not against the newsletter, I'm not against the people who write the newsletter. I'm just concerned about the litigation that might involve the town. There's no reason for it because it's not a public published newsletter. And, it should be as the other newsletters I mentioned, the Dragonfly, the Broadbird Matters, the Historical Society, If they want a private newsletter, they go out, they get advertising, all three of them. They list on there who their editors are, contributing people up down the line. And that's the way it should be done professionally. That's all. And I hope the newsletter continues. I enjoy reading it. I just don't want to be liable as a taxpayer for any litigation that might come out of it. And I don't want to be responsible for the monies to print it because it's private and not public. That's my only.
To address it, hang on just a second. Steve.
Sure.
To address that, Vinnie, we'll contact the town's attorney.
We already have.
And what did the town attorney say?
I'm pretty sure there's a clause in our liability that covers us. I think I remember,
Liability is-
I remember we've been down this road
I
before,
don't know.
and we did ask the attorney, and there's a certain clause in the liability coverage that covers us by them using the material.
So if there was a liability case, the town lawyer will cover it at the town's expense. Town will have to pay for that lawyer,
Yeah.
right?
We already do.
Yeah, but I mean, but his fees, the whole package is based on.
We can review it, and I'm quite sure that we asked that question, and it came up that in certain articles and things in the town liability, there's a clause that covers us for that.
Wow, look at me.
If it's a town newspaper or if it's private.
Bill?
Well, I'd like a copy of any communication you have between the lawyer and the town.
We'll reach out and.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you should take time, look it all over, and then present it. to
Well, it's just
everybody.
that, Vinny, I know when we started this newsletter, it's been years, okay? And I know we went to the town's attorney, I know we did. Because we always ask those questions about the liability. So we'll speak to the new attorney, get it in black and white,
Yeah.
and present that. As far as the town paying for it. It's not a line item in the admin budget. However, we're not a line item town, we're a bottom number town. And the previous years, those newsletters were printed right here at the town office, and it was rolled into that admin expense, and it hasn't changed. It's I've not heard that, hey, we need to have a line item for the newsletter. So it's, I honestly can't say that it's not accounted for, because obviously it got rolled in somewhere. So, yes.
What you're doing is you're setting a precedent,
So-
which means that I could go home right now and I could write my own Brownfield native newsletter. And I can come down here and say, okay, you do it for them, so I want you to do it for me, and I will print whatever the hell I want.
Just so we're clear, you can go home and print whatever floats your boat.
So what,
It's-
right, but am I gonna
It's,
come down?
it's your personal purview, BJ.
I know,
You
but
can
you
print
want to
whatever you
consider-
like. If you want to print something,
It's not-
nothing, no, hang on, let me finish. There's no difference with what you're saying. That group came to a Board of Selectmen's meeting, several of them, and asked. And it was discussed openly in selectmen. Hang on, let me finish, please. It was all in the public, good to go, no problem. If you so feel that to go home and do your own newsletter, whatever you want to call it, don't care, and you want to bring it to the Board of Selectmen, we will always have a conversation with a taxpayer that wants to get information out to the rest of the town. I welcome it. That'll give us two newsletters in the town,
Well,
two different opinions, two different
it's
things to
not-
look at.
And I'm glad that they did come and do it, but I don't think it's my responsibility as a taxpayer to pay for this to be printed and distributed all over town. Personal opinions and everything else in it, political stuff and everything else. We can't do,
Can you give me,
government can't engage in political action.
can you give me an instance and quote something that is political in that newsletter?
No, because I don't get it.
Well, I don't.
No,
get it.
yeah,
I don't get it. Hey. Keep it civilized.
You can-
Bill,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall that we had an evening for the candidates to be sitting at a table and have the townspeople asking questions. No, we didn't have a candidates night. The information that was provided in that newsletter enlightened the townspeople as to who was running and how they felt about things. That's good to have. The newsletter provides an excellent service to this town. And for the price of a couple of packages of paper, I think we're really wasting a lot of time here tonight, folks.
Well, so like those packages of paper.
Gary.
they look for.
I do want to mention that, several other towns have asked to see our newsletter because they wanted to do something similar. Several of those towns, bigger, a lot bigger than Brownfield, said they had no idea so much was going on in Brownfield. And I think that's true. And I love the fact that we can publicize all the good work that people are doing. Those little political blurbs that are, we're being called political blurbs, as you know, Rick, John, as you know, Frank, as you know, we sent you questions for you to answer, what you think about what's going on in town. And we printed, you replied. We're not pushing anyone as a candidate. We're just, as Bill said, presenting to the public. Here are the people running. Some people didn't even know who was running. Here are the people running, and here's what they think about things. I think that's a good thing. So,
Bruce?
Is any of this vetted or fact checked before it's published, or do you have to react after it's published?
I haven't really read the last one, I don't know.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, is something to be fact checked or presented to the public.
we give it to the Board of Selectmen in advance.
Well, if you haven't seen it, the other.
The rule, that's the way it went, but kind of drifted away from that, usually it's in the correspondence folder, but the last couple haven't been.
Fact checks before it goes into publication, that's all I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir?
So,
Yeah, is that?
just to expand on BJ's thing, what she's saying is basically anybody can come in as a group with a newsletter, request to use the town facilities and the town materials and have it approved. Otherwise, it's not, it's discriminatory. The other thing is, I wish Terry would name the towns that who would buy our newsletters. You couldn't use.
Wyndham,
Uh-huh.
St. Paul's,
Wyndham and who else?
different people who live in those towns.
Different, not the town itself.
No, the
Okay.
town didn't reach out.
Okay, so I use of the town, yeah. So not the town, official town.
No, they said they wish their town had a
Yeah.
newsletter like them.
Okay, but not the town itself, wishing they had a newsletter. Okay, thank you.
He's worried about litigation from newsletters or the website or something like that. How legal was it you tearing down the newsletter off the bulletin board? And all I'm hearing is from a little certain group in this room is a lot of people trying to suppress the First Amendment called free speech. If you don't like what people write, don't read it.
I'm not saying I don't like it, the reason I took it off.
You ever see how many people are taking getting on people's First Amendment rights? How many towns are being sued for that?
First Amendment rights, but that's a
Yes.
federal public building, cannot put.
And what gives you the authority to turn it down?
I could have taken that into the postmaster and said, I want this off there and I'm complaining, but I didn't.
She looks at everything on there.
Well, hold up, take it down a notch. This is gonna be a civil meeting. We're gonna. Please. There'll be no yelling.
Rick,
The reason I'm still talking is.
I asked permission from Lois.
You would acknowledge me as a floor.
I did.
Okay, thank you. So the reason I took it down, like I explained before, is not because I have personal right with it. It's because it's a political ad of different candidates. It's on a public board, especially a federal one, which is not allowed to have it on there. I could have brought it into the postal.
How is that?
Huh?
What law is that?
What law is that?
Yeah. Spit it out. I know what you're.
Little lady.
It's okay. Anyway, I did it as a protection for the people to be able to use the bulletin board and not have it taken down. I didn't take it down because.
Constitution trumps your opinion, just remember that. The Constitution trumps your opinion.
The Constitution doesn't allow you to say fire in a public theater. Right.
What that is, fair enough.
Well, it's,
Okay,
it's.
all right.
Okay, thank you.
all right,
This is my thought we should
and,
look at review.
and we're gonna do one last comment and I'm gonna move on.
The newsletter is pretty, non-committal, like it tells about events in town. And, it's nice that we have something like that. And, you know, like what I'm hearing tonight from a few people, not mostly people, but a few people, is exactly why people don't get involved in this town. Because people are just naysayers for the sake of being naysayers. They can't look at it, be objective, and say, hey, you know, this is a decent thing. And that's why, you know, like, people don't show up to the annual town meeting. That's why not too many people show up here, although this is a good turnout. And it's just really a shame, you know, like, but we have to remember, it's only a few people. The majority of people like the newsletter.
Next on the agenda, Deb Take, continuing topic of Article 3.
Yes, I know. I sent Alvina an email asking me to put on the agenda, and it's regarding the amendments from Article 3 and 5. I had asked if I needed to FOAA to request a complete email chain between her and the attorney.
I apologize, Deb. I did have it for you.
This is everything.
This is
That was cut, not missing.
No, it starts with my first.
All right, so I will do that, and I'm not gonna comment tonight, but I do have a question on the budget committee. When do they schedule a meeting to meet?
What was your question?
When does the budget committee begin?
Normally it's October, I'm gonna say. It could be September, but normally it's either October or November.
Because of the change of official, could I request that we do one in September? I mean, the board, the committee can meet.
One year we started, we did a quick, you know, show up, in late September. Did a quick show up, elected, and, you know, the chairman and all that stuff, and then set the schedule. That started in late October. I remember that one, usually it was November, we were kicking off. And we would do like 2 meetings a month, just to, because part was the downtown, and downtown always took longer, anyway. We had to do a presentation.
All right.
So, but yeah, I see why we couldn't start in September.
I was getting, wasn't soon about it, started getting organized.
Exactly, thank you. And at that time, we'll have more, we'll have a lot to talk about. All right, thank you. So I can maybe, do I need to, I gotta find out who's on the budget committee, right? And get their emails, and maybe we can set something up that everybody has their own budget, Brownfield budget committee email.
Could you request from the town clerk that list of the contact information and send it to all of us? Please? Okay, thank you.
So we all have the same email address, basically, so. Thank you.
Yeah, just, I was chairman of the budget committee one year. I called the meeting in September, it was a preliminary meeting. And then last year, John was chairman of the budget committee. So it would be up to John to call the meeting, either as, he's still currently the chairman. And if they want to do it as a selectman to call the meeting. But, you know.
There's a lot of what you find.
Well, you need to get it on.
Should be a 3-meeting deal.
Yeah. You guys got anything? Okay. Yeah, that's good. You guys want to, if you had any topics. No. Yeah, I got one. We need to, I don't know when you want to do it, but we need to set a date for a executive session. Okay. So, personnel, okay, yeah, when we want to do it. Other than that, I don't know.
I've got jury duty. Monday.
You don't wanna do it after your next meeting, like at the end of it,
We can. Yeah.
you know, 'cause that way I can put it on the agenda, everybody gets a fair
Yep.
notice of it.
Yep, yep. I want to know all the procedures on, so, should be. Because it's Cliff and Joe. Okay, get something straight. I'll show you. Yep, no worries, no worries. I just, so I can. Yeah, so, yeah, no, Tuesday, yeah, send notifications out. Yeah. Right. Lynn, thank you for the.
So that's just all the beginning balances, so you know we'll start.
Thank you very much. I only received one of these in 8 years. Yeah. Thank you very much. And what's really nice is the last two columns. Awesome. Thank you very much. Notice in my deal here, we got the ARPA funds, revenue detail. So we have a balance of 36,470,14. Is that what this one here,
Look on the bottom.
Back page.
the back page?
It's like 4,000, somewhere around 4,000.
Okay, 4104.
And it has to be used up by December 31st this year.
Okay. All right.
Kind of threw me off and put it red.
You threw me off when you put it in red. I thought it was
Oh,
that much in hold.
Good job, Lynn.
All right, well, saw this folder. Okay, we have a list of authorized list for MMA contact information dated July 2nd, 2024. Contains the selectmen, John Hicks, Frank Day, myself, town clerk Heather Brown, tax collector Lynn Boyle, CEO Mike Bain, assessor Bob Congal, administrative assistant Alvina Day, fire chief and health officer Richard Peralt, planning board chair Sonia Fry, and planning board secretary Pam Warren Thomas. And sign today. This is the,
Rick, may I ask a question before you move on that list? Can that also be for our normal attorney?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
The only question I would have with that is going to be, planning board chair and secretary.
Yeah,
Are they gonna utilize both attorneys or are they gonna utilize the planning board secretary solely?
they
So,
would probably use the planning board. I'm thinking they would use the planning board attorney themselves.
Okay, can we clarify that just so
I will,
we're 100% on the same sheet of music?
absolutely.
Because the Bernstein Shore, when we sat through the brief, there were 4 topics that 20,000 block didn't cover, and land use is one of them.
Yeah.
So planning board does a lot of land use, so I don't want to see us getting
They have their
double
own.
right,
Don't think that they would use that.
right. I just want to make sure.
I
that
will check with
planning
Sonia
board, yes, please.
and Pam.
But if you gentlemen are in agreement with that, this list would also include the town attorney. Mary.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Bernstein and Tr-
Corrigan.
yeah, it's Mary Costigan.
Pardon messing with Sam. All right. So the next thing is the Chalmers Insurance Group. It's the new effective date 7/1/24 to 25. I would.
That part has been done because that's for the bond.
Yeah.
For the two ladies.
Yeah.
But the rest of it where there's tab needs, I believe, the chairman's signatures.
I would tell you folks whether there was an increase or a decrease, but I don't know.
It's
I don't know what it was.
We know that.
How much?
We do not know the dollar amount, but because of all of the litigation that we had,
Can
they told me
you
it will
reach
be.
out to them tomorrow? Yeah, third, probably won't get an answer until next week,
Right.
but find out what our percentage of increase is, or even dollar, monetary amount for the increase. I'm sure they'll provide us with the reason why.
Okay.
So I'll see that side. Appointed officials. Signing. Heather Brown, Registrar, Cliff Cousins, Road Commissioner, Alvina Day, General Assistance Administrator. These all take effect today, July 2nd. There's a 1-year appointment. Cindy Eaton, ACO, Bill Flynn, Sauk River Corridor Commission alternate, Holly Hazard, Sauk River Corridor, Bob Conville, Tax Assessor, Richard Peralt, Fire Warden, Fire Chief, EMA Director, Mike Bain, Building Inspector, Code Enforcement Officer, Plumbing Inspector, E911 Addressing Officer, and we ask, we can, Dickie was, it's not, why not? He was the E911 and health officer along with, the, safety person.
He's not,
Town.
he's on there for what he is willing to do. Is he here now?
No.
No, he went out on call.
Okay, yeah, he's not willing to do the health officer anymore, or the other one that, the code enforcement officer has taken, 911, the addressing.
Is there any way we can have a discussion on it? Seriously,
With,
because I was here.
we'll
when
add
he
him
wanted-
to that list.
Yeah. Well, I was here when he wanted the health officer position.
I think we need him here to talk to him.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If we could have a discussion with him, to ask these questions. I was here when he wanted it. Why all of a sudden change?
He's got so much stuff going on, is what he said. He's got too much going on and organizing what's going on in the department, and he didn't have time for it.
Well, I still like that conversation.
Yeah,
I think it'd be good for us.
I got a little bit of information, but I got that.
Right, 100%.
Do you want to do that in the executive session, or do you want to do that?
I can do it all.
in open?
Just a point.
Okay,
I think we're a problem for everything.
Okay,
in the meantime, I'm sorry, in the meantime, my understanding is that the chairman of the board has to be the health officer
That's fine.
until, okay,
yeah, that's,
okay, thank you.
municipal agent services, temporary status, new registrations for Almeda Day. The Article 3, which was provided. Copy for Brian Merrill, is he here?
He is not,
Did he receive his copy, or
He has-
this is his copy?
that
That is
is
his
a
copy.
copy of his, yeah.
Okay.
I do have it ready for him, like I did Deb's. I thought maybe I'd see him throughout the week and I didn't, so
Okay,
I will call him and tell him it's there.
okay. The skate park from Malvina to M. Costigan, town attorney. Primary attached an email from April 26, 24. Board of Selectmen like to get legal opinion on whether it has any teeth. We have not heard from Zach since that time, and out of town. Board of Selectmen will bring it up as anyone wants to invite him back to our skate park once again. So we have not received anything in regards to that. Okay. could you send her a reminder?
I will be glad to.
Can I ask a question on that? Has he shown any interest in coming down?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him.
No, I haven't.
At all. But it might be prudent for us to receive for the time first.
Yeah.
Get some guidance there and then approach as, you know, would be necessary from our standpoint. Now, I noticed in the warrant, there was a line item for skate park $500 that was raised. So is that, Rex gonna start doing something with that? Is that, what was?
Is that under the act or?
Well, I mean, it wasn't, we did a donation to get some material and make some of the ramps. That was early on. But it was in, I don't know if it was in the years prior budget, some five. I don't know.
I don't remember seeing it.
It's under.
Yep, right there, under Article 16, 500.
Could you look in the previous years and see if it was listed there as well?
It is under the rec department, so my thought is probably Willie did that as his budget. It is here also, you know.
So we got multiple years that we've paid for that, so we're giving some money to that, so, yeah. I would like to get that moving pretty quick, you know, so we can have a discussion with the town attorney and see if we got it. Because that place was hot. If it was nice weather out and it wasn't cold, that place was hopping. 7 days a week. It was really good strength.
I think we need to give some kind of rules on it, some, so,
Right.
you know, we don't run into this problem again,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
If we
Policy,
do it.
we can do a policy up and institute that and be good to go. I think that would be beneficial. Stop a lot, you know, headbutting.
Right.
Right. Yep. Okay. Community Food Forest Initiative seeking support the partnership, Mr. Carbone. Richard Hodges. Let's have a meeting, to discuss projects further in the next week. Okay. Okay, so this was dated June 29th, so that was just a couple days ago. You got a response.
Oh,
From Hodges, no,
who's that?
Richard Hodges, RE3 US Program Manager.
Oh, yeah, they got a hold of you guys?
No, we have a email trail here.
Okay.
I do not see it,
Oh,
addressed
talking about.
addressed to the town, no. So we have not, that I know.
No, that's just a point of information, I think,
To keep you guys in the loop.
from Vinnie.
That,
Yeah.
yep. No, that's great. If we could get further communication with that. I could sit down and talk to you guys, Phil. You could just look up retreeus.org. And that'll get you all in the loop of the resources we have readily available to us. They started an orchard at the Brownfield Denmark School 10 years ago. And we're gonna start communicating on getting on top of that eventually, but show them what we could accomplish with traditional ecological knowledge. Right behind the building here, we have a food forest started right now.
Okay.
So we're just collaborate, working with Willie to build up a trail of communication to the superintendent to let him know that we're clearing up the miscommunication Brownfield, muddied waters. We can utilize traditional ecological knowledge to educate each other on what the food forest has to offer our community in that initiative.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Cool.
Appreciate that.
Brownfield Planning Board agenda, July 9th, 7 p.m. Call to order, conduct roll call, determine quorum, improvements, correspondence, old business, new business, nominations of chair, vice chair, other business, zoning definitions, camper ordinance, and adjourn. This is from Malvina to R.H.R. Smith, Ron Smith. I'm in for the 16th at 5:30. This is a transition / exit audit. That's what will be discussed. Yeah. Yeah, two things out of order on this.
And,
I gotta do all the signatures.
I'm sorry.
There's two things out of order in this.
Oh, that's all right. I can go back through that and fix it. No problem. I do have one other thing though,
Yep.
that, I got it after I had prepared the paperwork. It is the fully executed cable franchise agreement.
From,
It's from Shelley Wichenbaugh. Something like that. I hope I didn't massacre her. It is
It is Spectrum.
part of Spectrum.
Yep.
And should I post this to the web or should I?
So, did you guys discuss it and talk to Spectrum? We're good with this?
We signed contract.
We signed it,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
and there's the
Yep.
map that shows
Yep,
supposedly everybody is gonna have the option.
okay. Yep, please post it.
Almost, I'm gonna say almost everybody, because I don't know where they're gonna actually.
Some of them are pretty good. Okay, so that's good. Okay,
Good, can I just make a general comment? Yeah, I think if anybody says anything that about people that might be detrimental to the town or the town meeting, they should identify those people, not cast a dark cloud over everyone here. That they might be, involved in causing something detrimental to the town meeting. I don't think that's fair to everyone here. And then future meetings, if someone is being accusatory of anyone, they should identify themselves, and people have a chance to, smooth things up. That's all, please.
anybody else? BJ?
I came tonight to thank the Public Works Department for cleaning up Old County Road after some work that they did yesterday. There were 3 people that complained that I'm aware of, and my fear was somebody having a wreck out in front of my house when all that brush was in the middle of the road. So I don't know if you know, but I called John. John came and saw it, so I wanted to thank John for coming to see the road, and Uncle Frank or Frank and John for dealing with it or whatever. Because they did an awesome job of cleaning it up. It was just so scary because people are up and down that part of the road on the ATVs. And also I wanted to mention that shortly after a message was sent to Cliff, Tiffany showed up and checked it out. I saw her drive by and she was checking it out, so. I don't know. I saw you, I didn't see him. They really did a nice job. I have some trauma around it, so I'm terrified somebody else. That's awesome.
Joe?
I'm not really sure what Article 3, what was gonna be discussed there, but during our budget committee meeting, we talked quite a while about new positions. We ended up with this one position that covers 4 categories. Primary category was that this person has a background or has knowledge of how to help the treasurer. That was the primary concern. I think that the other 3 positions, they can be learned on the job, but I think it's vital that we find somebody that's going to be able to help Lynn, our new treasurer, and when she needs it, and then when she doesn't need that person, that they get switched over. And I'm hoping that until we get applicants that have that background, we just won't fill the position with somebody that doesn't have those types of qualifications.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, thank you, Joe. The ad went out. I've read it. Have you received any resumes or applications, however it's?
We have received 4, I believe.
Any of them before you put the ad in? No.
No, I date stamped everyone that came in.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
He was seconded.
Thank you for the meeting.
Thank you, folks. Appreciate your time.
Where's the after party? Gotta get an after party.
Alina, I have a question.
Just one second, I gotta shut this down before